Hello, everyone. Welcome to Hallows, a Monster of the Week story here on Dice Priority. Woo! We are here for episode 17. I have a couple of quick channel announcements. First, I'm of course Matthew Foreman. I play Oak Williams. We both use him pronouns. Oak is a spellslinger, which means he is like Willow from Buffy, except for without the dark 6-season arc. Yeah, a couple quick channel announcements. Feral Hogs 2 is tomorrow. That is the sequel to our officially published Feral Hogs 1 module, which has been published on Green Euronin. You could check that out. Casting for Mothership is around, so you can check that out at ! Casting for the October 18th game. Yeah. October something, 10th, 18th, I don't know, 17th? Anyone? Usually the promo is up. Anyway, check that out, it's there, and
18th, it's a Sunday.
Oh, okay, it's a Sunday, that's why I was getting confused. I was like, the 18th is a Sunday?
Yeah, it's a Sunday this month.
Well then. Okay then, you can check it out then. And if you're enjoying tonight's stream, make sure you're following, subscribe, give us bits. Thanks so much. Next, I nominate Emma.
Hello. I'm Emma. I use she, her pronouns, and you can find me at MK Hansen on Twitter. Tonight, I am playing Lucy, who uses the monstrous playbook, and she is our Grim Reaper, and I'm super hoping that the only job she has tonight is fighting something and not ferrying anyone. And she also uses she, her pronouns. Alexis.
Hello, I'm Alexis. You can find me at Fox Bonato on the interwebs. I use she, her pronouns. My little announcement is very soon it will be October, and that means very soon you will see fun, new, spoopy things from me, Dice Priori, and Emma, Grim Femmes, in a little spoopy Halloween collaboration, and we're excited. We'll have details on that later. But tonight I'll be playing Darlene, who is using the Hex playbook and uses she, her pronouns. And she flings fire with her mind now, apparently. So we're doing great. We're doing great. Doing great. Maria!
Speaking of doing great, hello, it's me. I'm Maria. I use they and she pronouns. You can find me on the internet at HappyCapster. And tonight I'm playing Hektor Bartholomew, who uses he, him pronouns, also uses the Mad Scientist playbook, flings fire around with a gun, and is not doing very great tonight. Or just not. It's not great. Ty.
I'm Ty. I use he, him pronouns. You can find me at Ballroom Brawler on Twitter. And I am the keeper for this evening. Are we going to play the video before recap, or? No? Yes? Okay. So last time in Hush Hallows, after some scrying and attempted barrier work, Oak and Hektor met up with Darlene and Lucy to kind of inform them about what happened in the dreamscape and their encounter with the lumberjack. The party then decided to follow the trail to the high school, Timber Creek Academy, where they found there was a practice football game going on. There were people in the bleachers, there was the marching band practicing, as well as the football team. After standing around for a little bit debating what to do, Lucy made her way to the back, went incorporeal to enter a shed, unlock it, and let the group in to make their way down where they believed the lumberjack was. Hektor started off the fight with an accidental miss from his basically napalm gun, coating the party and the tiny tunnel in flames. Through a little bit of work, Darlene and Oak kind of put the fire in a specific place in the opening. And now Lucy and Hektor are currently engaged, while Oak and Darlene are on the other side of the flames. When we start, flames begin licking the feet of Lucy Doe. The dirty and damaged form of the lumberjack mascot stands over you, its unrelenting gaze focused past you and on the rusted axe embedded in Hektor's chest. Hektor, as you draw a breath, you feel the metal uncomfortably rub against your collarbone. What do you do?
Oh, dear. Do I still have my gun on me?
The fire gun? Yeah.
Yeah.
You didn't drop it.
Did it break? I feel like it didn't.
It didn't break.
Okay. So I feel like there was that option, but I didn't take that. Okay.
Unstable is a tag it had.
Yeah, unreliable.
Yeah. It's fine.
Okay. So just so I have the image of this room in my head, there's me. Between me and the lumberjack is Lucy.
Correct. Yeah, Lucy, you don't have to go first, Hektor.
Okay.
Lucy, you can also
I would rather not go first.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, good luck, God bless to me. So Lucy is going to, unless only with Hektor's consent, but she's going to attempt to either pick Hektor up carefully or move him forward with her behind, placing herself between the lumberjack and Hektor, back down into the tunnel. And then while she's doing that, she's going to yell out to Darlene to put something in between us.
As you are beginning, well, I'll make you roll for this in a second. Act under pressure.
Okay.
And there is a wall of flame between you and Darlene currently.
Oh, I thought it all got pushed out. I didn't know it came back around.
It can't. Well, you guys are in the room. You guys went through the Hektor got thrown through the firewall by Oak's magic to get into this fight. There is the opening, or there is the room you guys are in. Basically, there is a bunch of flames in the room between the where you guys are currently and the exit, which is the tunnel that Oak and Darlene are in. There is a bunch of this goo on fire.
Oh my god, I totally didn't. I thought that all got pushed out. This stupid goo! That ruins everything. I don't do any of those things. I take it all back.
Okay.
I didn't realize the napalm was still there.
Yeah, there is currently, the napalm blocking you guys off from the tunnel.
Well, then I guess she is still going to place herself in between the lumberjack and Hektor, and she is going to, I guess, de-summon her glaive and summon it back into her hand so she doesn't have to bend over, and she's going to stab him again.
Yeah, go kick some ass.
$13.
Very good. You don't have that advance, do you?
No.
Okay, choose the extra effect. You gain the advantage, you inflict terrible harm, you suffer less, or you force them where you want them.
I would like to gain the advantage.
Okay. Yeah, you get the advantage. Take +1 forward or give it to someone else.
I am going to give it to Hektor.
Okay, Hector, you have a +1 to your next roll. Okay, that's good. Because how are you resummoned it and just stabbed through him?
Well, I'm like trying to like put some distance between Hektor and the lumberjack, so I'm trying to stab him and also like push him back a little bit.
Yeah. Once again, it just like when you stabbed him the last time, it does find purchase, and it's just there's another hole through this uniform, and as you pierce it, you see this kind of gray, thick, viscous liquid inside of the wound you make, and it stumbles back a little bit. Right as it does that, it holds out its hand, and Hektor, you feel like your wound is full of vibrating just pellets as this axe disappears from your body, and you begin gushing blood and reappears in this lumberjack's hand, which takes a swipe at Lucy. Lucy, you take 2 damage. Hektor,
so 1
you need to,
or 2?
1. 1.
Okay.
1. Hektor, you need to roll act under pressure.
Oh, good. See, I was hoping that the blade would stay in because science dictates if you pull something out. You said I get a +1?
Yes.
That's a 12 then.
That's very good. You stay conscious.
Wait, is it more than a 12? It's 12. No, 13. Haha. Because I got my cool.
Yeah.
Yay.
You stay conscious. As you're like hemorrhaging blood from your collarbone and chest, but you are still standing. Your vision is beginning to blur.
Cool.
Hektor, what do you do?
When something is an area, how big of an area is it?
It is this entire room and maybe part of the tunnel.
Okay, that's a bigger area than I thought. Okay,
it's
cool.
It's not a huge room.
Yeah. Okay. Do we happen to be backed up against the table that was in this room, or are we on a different?
He's kind of close to the table. That's where he is. Yeah, and now he's definitely backed up against it with Lucy stabbing him. He's up against the table.
Okay. I have no idea what you could do. I don't know if I can do anything about it. He'd want to try to stop bleeding for one, but I don't know if that's something that I could feasibly do. So I don't have anything specific to it.
You didn't take the healing move, correct?
No, I didn't.
I'd let you roll I'd say you probably have something basic on you. You can only do it once because the first aid is kind of once per fight thing. I'd let you roll 1 to heal 1 and stabilize. Depending how well you do, either you'll stabilize or just heal 1.
Okay. Yeah, I think he would do that.
What does he have on him?
I don't think it's any. Well, no. You know what I think it is? I think it's a little bit of that weird weed juice that he had left over.
Yeah, the weed water.
The weed water. Yeah. To try to slow down his heart rate a little bit so it's not like gushing.
Sure. Yeah. Roll plus weird.
Is this a role involving my speciality of necromantic animation?
I don't think the weed water is necromantic.
Just wanted to make sure. That's an 8.
Okay. I'll let you choose either or. Either you'll heal one or you'll stabilize, but not both.
I think healing one, because I think it's definitely still bleeding, but
Okay.
I don't think it's bleeding as bad.
Sure. You're still on the verge of passing out, but you
Cool.
healed one. You see, like, Lucy, you hear, like, probably a yelp from Hektor as the axe unembeds itself in him, and he just sloshes down this drink. On the other side of the flames, Lucy, Lucy. Oak, the bright orange from the flames begin to swirl with the color of the earthen walls around you as you feel yourself barely clinging to consciousness. Darlene, you see Oak's body covered in scorch marks and soot begin to sway back and forth as he's barely standing. You also you both hear the noise of conflict coming from the other side of the flames. What do you do?
I thought I healed Oak 3 last session.
You did, but instead of
Okay.
giving him harm for the 2 rolls he did to kick some ass, I was making him more unconscious.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
Also, it was like I was at 6, so now I still have like 4 or 5 harm done to me.
Okay.
He's still unstable
You
in the
brought me-
last, yeah.
You brought me back from the brink of death. I still got the shit kicked out of me.
Yeah, it's
Oh,
not. Yeah,
no.
it's not that he. Yeah, let me
Okay,
clarify. It's
okay.
not that he looks like he is bleeding out, dying currently. It looks like he is not a con. Well, he might be. He might still be that.
I have 4 harm and I'm unstable.
Yeah, he's still
It's-
unstable, but it looks. It's more that he's like the last couple of rolls he did was making him closer and closer to passing out, which he's now on the cusp of.
Yep.
Okay. And we don't have eyes on anything that's happening on the other
there's
side
just,
of the fire.
burning flames between you guys and them.
Oak Sugar, you, what do you need me to do?
Oak is just like staring through the flames and he's grabbing his lamp and he doesn't hear you. And he's just he's starting to cast another spell. Like very like haphazardly.
Oh no!
And he says save Lucy. Save Hektor.
How much of the fire and like how much of the napalm is still in between us and it?
There's a wall of flame that you know, but you've also seen that like Oak using his, I think, wind wall to push Hektor through made it. So it's probably like 3 to 4 feet of napalm like across, and wide enough to fill the entire tunnel and a little bit of the opening past it.
So theoretically, if I could I move the napalm from between us so that we could have line of sight?
You could make an opening if that's what you like. You could use your telekinesis to like part it and make an opening if that's what you're going for. You probably wouldn't be able to move all of it somewhere. You would be able to like either part it or like create some sort of opening.
We need to be able to see what's happening. So I think that's our best move. Because otherwise I don't know what to do.
Sure.
The only other thing I can think of. Can I try to sense the draining magic that we know that this thing can do and try to like counteract it?
Interesting. You can. I'd say with you currently don't have any line of sight on it. It's going to be a little harder. There'll be some negative to your roll because you have no like. You can sense it, but it's a little harder without that visual. And I don't know if you've actually if Darlene has ever seen that in person other than being told about it. So you could try to roll it, but it'd be a negative. Or if you have line of sight, you could roll normal. That is the trade-off there.
Oak, did you have something that you wanted to do first? Okay. All right. Yeah, I'm gonna try it. It's risky, but I'm gonna try it.
Okay.
What Darlene does. So is this a use magic roll, or is this more of a force of will?
Oh, let me look at that.
Because force of will says on a hit you can momentarily suspend long-lasting spells and effects.
You're trying to do force of will right now. It sounds like.
Okay, all right.
And but you do have whatever plus you had is canceled out by this negative because you don't have visual, so it's an even roll plus you're weird.
Okay. Here we go. 10 even.
Okay. On a 10 plus, I can pull it up. You can also spend luck to instantly snuff out the spell or strange effect. Otherwise, it's the magics are canceled completely or suspended. For this one, it's suspended temporarily.
So if I spend luck, I could permanently shut down its ability to drain.
Yeah.
And if I don't spend luck, then it's for this turn, or?
It would be, more than you. Yeah, probably for everyone's roll for this turn. Yeah, this roll of combat. That's about
I'm gonna spend luck.
Okay. Yeah.
I'm gonna shut it down. I don't know.
Yeah. What is it? You tell me what it looks like when Lucy's doing this, and when Darlene's doing this, and we'll talk in a second.
It looks stressful. So the fire is just raging all around, and there are, I'm sure that Oak and Darlene are starting to, their skin is starting to blister from the heat.
Yeah.
And with Oak beginning to, feel the effects of all the expenditures of his magic, Darlene just, and knowing that she can't see her compatriots to know even if they're still how they're doing, just digs deep, and her eyes again stark white, and the wind from all the fire and the heat is just swirling around her, and she just raises off the ground with her arms stretched back, her back arching, and she's kind of contorting backwards in the air, and she lets out this weird scream and screech as she finds this hateful, dark, just negative space of magic.
Yeah. Okay, that's good.
Sit the fuck down.
Yeah, so that all happens. As your eyes go white and you are floating up and trying to channel into this creature, you feel your consciousness begin to shift, and you are seeing through its eyes. Just for a second, you see the glaive impaled through you. You see Lucy's eyes focused on this thing, you currently. And then your vision goes up, and you see the inside of this mascot. You see runes all around the top of the head, cascading down all throughout the body. And while you're shutting this thing down, you have a sense of what is allowing it to do this. And you think, by staying in here a little longer, you might be able to take some of that and learn some of that. And this is your temptation.
I'm gonna do it.
Okay. Yeah, you give into it.
Yeah.
Roll plus weird.
We'll mark that XP first.
Yeah, mark that XP.
6s.
Yeah.
Sorry.
You see, wait, would you get 2 6s?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
I will send you
with
an
the
app.
weird, it's a lot.
Yeah, it's more than enough, yeah. You see, just Oak, I guess, as Darlene is lifting in the air, her eyes wide. You see just a bunch of runes, glowing green, just flashing rapid fire through her eyes as she's doing this. That looks strange and unusual to the type of magic she usually practices, and this is an effect you've never seen before. What do you do, Oak?
So I can't quite see the monster?
She has done nothing to the flames. There's fire obscuring the tunnel to the main room.
I just I think before Lucy dug deep, now I'm calling myself Lucy, thank you for that.
No, I think I wrote it along once in my book.
Before Darlene digs deep and does that, I think she says to Oak, okay, I'm gonna try to stop it. And that's all. I think that's all she says that's all she gets out before she does the thing.
Oh god. I am gonna try to make another. I need an opening, so I'll make one myself. I will use. I'm gonna cut it like across the way, so the wall stands between me and where I'm estimating the creature is to kind of get a better view. I'm not gonna cut it across.
Yeah, roll.
Just to kind of buff it up everything away and try to get a line of sight. +1 forward. Okay, well here we are. That's a 9.
That is a mixed success.
Sure is.
And that is you're doing a kick some ass with this, right?
Yeah.
This is the wind wall is. What are you gonna? Oh, that's you inflict harm on each other.
Yep.
With this last effort, you cast this wind wall out through the Himalayan sea salt lamp. It kind of backs the napalm up just a little bit, maybe like a 1 foot opening, and puts a little bit of pushes it back. Lucy, the glaive is now just the tip of it is inside of this being, and there is some force pushing it backward. And Oak, this is the last thing you see before you fall to unconsciousness. Lucy and Hektor, what do you do? You now see a slight opening. You see this being pushed back. You see Darlene floating, symbols flashing in her eye. You see you can just barely see the body of Oak in this 1 foot opening, laying on the cold earth. What do you do?
So just to clarify, that means that there is some napalm that has moved.
Some napalm has moved. There's about a 1 foot opening. About this much.
Phenomenal. Wonderful. Hektor, would you like to go first?
Hektor, holding his blood inside of his body as much as he can, will say, "We need to go," and we'll start to make his way as best as he can and not be on fire over to where the other two are.
Yeah, roll act under pressure to get out.
9.
That is a mixed success. The mixed success here is I'll give you 2 choices. Either you're going to get out, but the amount of time with how you're stumbling is going to you're going to leave it up to Lucy to try to defend you for longer. Or the other option is you are not going to be careful walking through this fire. Those are the 2 options.
I think the first one would make the most sense. Yeah.
All right, you begin to slowly stumble out of this place, just scorch marks on your body, barely standing through the flame. You see the slight shimmer of the wind pushing back the flame and pushing back this monster. Lucy, what do you do?
So there's a force that's pushing the creature back.
Currently, yes.
Okay. Do I feel that force is preventing, is it literally like a force that's gonna prevent me from moving forward at all? It's just moving it away from me. Or
it's not a full, because of the way that it was cast, it created a small opening into the thing. It also is kind of pushing the monster back. You can still, it's not blocking you off entirely from the monster or vice versa. It pushed him back, but it's not a complete wall between you and it currently.
Okay, and it's being pushed up against the table?
The table, yes.
Stupid table. I am going to try to I would like to try. I don't know if it would make sense to push it back or swing the glaive around to the side, but I would want to try and push it into flames, wherever the flames are because since they're all over.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
Yeah, you can roll for it.
Okay. Oh no. It's a 7?
Not a failure. You're going to inflict harm on each other.
Cool. My favorite.
That is not going to be really force them where you want them, though. Yeah, you stab it with the you stab it once again with the glaive, taking it out. The end of the blade goopy with this gray liquid. Stab it in another spot. It's now got 3 glaive holes. And as you do this, it is just, its head just kind of tilts towards Hektor and then back to you. It grabs a pair of burning shears, garden shears from the table, and impales them on both sides of your collarbone.
Ow.
And you take 3 harm and are partially on fire.
I'm very close to death.
So it's 2. You would take 2 instead of 3.
I'm very close to death. I have 1 left.
Hektor, you have now made it out of this. You've now made it past the flame wall. Darlene is beginning to float back down to the ground, her eyes beginning to reappear as they normally do. You see Oak's body just unconscious.
I don't think Hektor would leave without Lucy.
Okay. What do you do then? He doesn't want another person to die because of something that he made or the choices that he made. He's having intense flashbacks to the first time that he summoned specters into this world, and how the person who joined him in that died. So I think
What? Okay, he wants to do one of two things. He either wants to, and you can tell me which one would be most viable in the situation. He either wants to pull Lucy away, and essentially like reverse roles with him in between them, or he wants to try to brute force himself into this creature to push it away from Lucy.
Interesting question. The second one would probably be protect someone because you are specifically trying to protect Lucy in this situation. The first, trying to pull her out, is dangerous. You can try it. That would be another act under pressure, but it's dangerous. I mean, this thing has been beating up Lucy. It's been beating up you. It will have some sort of attack by you doing this. On who, you're not sure, but it would have some sort of opening.
Okay. I think he would try to protect Lucy then. I think he doesn't see Lucy in this moment. I think that he sees Jeanette, the assistant that was with him decades ago, who died because of his messing with things. And so I think he's just with whatever he has left. I think he's just going to rush at this creature, trying to give Lucy some sort of way out, trying to save what he couldn't before.
Roll plus tough.
Oh, good. I'm going to spend a point of luck to treat this roll as a 12.
Very good. On a 10, choose an extra. You suffer little harm. All the impending danger is now focused on you. You harm the enemy or you hold them back.
I hold. Hold the enemy back, I think. No. All impending danger is now focused on me. That's what that one.
Lucy, you see as Hektor charges back this opening that you created for him, and with all of his strength, more than a 7-year-old man you would expect to have, just kind of spears this mascot off of you. The garden shears go flying in a direction, and this thing is now further away from the flames with Hector's body on top of it. What do you do, Lucy?
This is a twist I was not anticipating.
Yeah, this thing is about now 2 or 3 feet away from you. They are both on the ground, probably 3 feet away from you, away from the flame wall. This room is also beginning to fill with smoke pretty rapidly. The smoke was pushed into this room, but this room is getting very hard to breathe. Well, you don't breathe, but if you did, it would be very hard to do so.
Bless. Oh, this is very bad. Okay. Lucy is going to oh man, I should have done that earlier. That would have been interesting. I'm gonna make myself incorporeal and head back towards Oak and Darlene. But as soon as I'm through and I can see Darlene, I'm going to immediately go corporeal and say, he's going to die if we don't do something immediately. He's going to die. And I have nothing left.
You see Oak on the ground unconscious, which you have not seen before.
Phenomenal. Good.
And the vision of this room, despite the opening of the flames, it is getting harder and harder to see inside with the gathering smoke. Darlene, you are now back in your normal consciousness form, and you have heard Lucy say this.
She'll just sort of, with a very like dazed sort of look, focus her eyes, take a moment and focus her eyes on Lucy as the color returns to them, and say, I think I shut down. It's draining. You want me to heal him or hurt it?
I think Lucy would probably say, we have to save him in response.
Are we running?
I don't know that we have another choice. I know death, and this is very bad. This is very close to all of us just not walking out of here, and that thing will.
Okay. She's gonna use telekinesis to try to pull Hektor the fuck out of here.
Yeah, roll it.
Okay. 11.
Good. Something?
Just gonna telekinesis to try to pull as many of us as far back through the tunnel as I can, is essentially what I'm trying to do. So I'll leave how much I can do in your discretion.
Okay. What did I send you for your rote telekinesis? Because I have the basic over here. Do you have what I sent you? I know we got rid of the one harm thing. That's something we...
Right.
Then, I mean, technically you should be using it to cast it, but I'll let it slide for this one. What exactly did I send you?
I'm looking it up 1 second. Making sure I have the exact wording you sent me. Cool, that's taking a while. All you sent me is that you toned down the downsides a bit.
Yeah. Okay. So the downside that have been toned down is that you don't take the innate harm that comes with telekinesis from the alternative basic move sheet. You get to pick 2. We haven't really been doing this much, but you get to pick 2 here.
Okay.
Something is held fast, which basically the ones you're probably going to want to choose is you can fling something bigger than you can fling a person. By default. Okay. You keep it basically under your control would be a good one.
Can the 2 that I pick be that I fling something bigger than a person, meaning like multiple people? And that it's basically, and it's under my control?
Sure.
So can I move? How many of us can I move?
You can move with this. You can move if you're going to throw you guys Hektor, you could probably throw near to the ladder with this by yourself, or if you're taking like Oak too, you could probably throw both of them to the ladder. I would say.
Oak is unconscious, so I need to move Oak definitely.
Yeah.
But yes,
I would say you could throw the two of them to the the ladder. I almost said the fire. Just
Okay.
Toss them in.
just toss them in.
Okay. All right.
Oh, I'm not muted. Jesus.
I'll do that. And move myself whatever I can move.
Okay. Yeah. You got a 10, right? Oh yeah. You fling Hektor back as the Hektor. You feel yourself being ripped off of this thing. As just you see its hand just barely grasp for you, begin to penetrate, just the tip of its finger begins to penetrate your axe wound as an unseen force rips you back through the flame wall and into the tunnel, basically up against the ladder. You don't take any harm, but you are hit pretty hard against that ladder. And Oak's body is next to you. Just kind of gets dragged with a little less power next to you guys. And you see this thing begin, you see its feet with the room, how filled with smoke it is, it begin to stand again. Lucy, what do you do? Hektor, what do you do?
Oh.
Hektor is going to tell everyone to get out. And so that everyone knows, Hektor is pulling out his gun again and leveling it, but we'll wait till people go up the ladder before he shoots it.
Lucy is going to carefully pick up Oak and start ascending the ladder.
Yeah, without much of an issue, you can pick up. You feel yourself straining with the amount of damage you've taken and the force you've exerted up until now, but you do huck Oak over your shoulder and climb the ladder back up into the sports storage shed. Darlene?
I'm gonna move up the ladder.
Okay.
I would like to, if I'm able to do this and move, I would like to use telekinesis to try to hold this thing back. Oh, instead of coming, barreling down this tunnel at Hektor.
Yeah, you'd be able to, I'd say you wouldn't be able to make it all the way up the ladder. You'll still be halfway down, and that will still be in currently Hektor's range of this gun. But you can make it halfway up the ladder and still do this.
That thing can do 3 harm?
Hektor's gun, yeah.
Okay. I'm going to use the telekinesis. $11 again.
Okay, good. You feel yourself just kind of hold it. You feel this presence, and you feel yourself fighting against it, and you are pushing it back and holding it back. As you continue this, you feel it beginning to incorporealize again and begin to move through it very quickly. But you are still currently holding it back.
And I get to pick 2, right?
Yeah.
I'm gonna pick. It's held fast, and can I hurt it?
You could. Something will happen. You could cause some damage to this thing. The thing is, it is already going incorporeal, and you can already feel it. It won't have quite the same effect you would normally have, especially with a monster. But that is an option.
Could she hold it?
Yeah, because the other one is something catches fire.
That would be pulling it closer to you all.
I don't want to do that. I want to keep it away from Hektor. So any kind of corporeal damage it can suffer before it goes incorporeal, and it's held there until it's not.
Yeah, okay. You're holding it back. Hektor, you see Lucy I don't know why I'm doing that today. You see Darlene halfway up the ladder. You see this thing kind of beginning to phase and static like you've seen before, but it is currently being held back a pretty decent ways into this room.
I'm just holding my hand out and I say, shoot it and we gotta go.
That is what Hektor plans to do.
Let's kick some ass with it.
I would like to shoot a
Kick some
gun.
ass.
Okay. I am going to spend one more luck to make that a 12 because I don't want that 6.
Fantastic. On a 10 plus, choose one. You gain the advantage. You inflict terrible harm. You suffer less, which would probably be good right now, or you force them where you want them. What else would also be good?
I would. Oh God. I'm not gonna suffer less because I would still take 2. I have a plan, but what I will choose is inflict terrible harm.
Okay.
To inflict 4 instead.
Okay. You take the harm. You take, and the way this comes out is this gun is now overheating. There is hot goo on this thing. You take the 2 harm as that you are being burned and you are going unconscious. You see this mascot on fire beginning to make its way through the flame wall. It is the suit is now heavily singed, but you also see it static like you did before. What do you do?
Can I use another luck to take 0 harm instead?
Sure.
Okay. I want to shoot at him.
You can do it again? Mm-hmm. Okay, sure. It is now, you now see this thing. Well, I'll give you this. Darlene, what do you, before you shoot again, you now see the flames of now, it did hit the monster. It is now, the flames are now filling this tunnel. It is an area weapon still. And now the smoke is beginning to fill this tunnel and begin to make its way up the ladder.
Okay. So Oak and Lucy are both up and out.
Yeah.
Yes.
You do not see them at the top of the ladder.
I'm going to use I'm going to dig deep and find every ounce of telekinetic power I can muster and drag Hektor and myself up and out of here.
Okay. Roll it.
Okay. Oh. The dice are going to really suck when I start to try to heal people. Get ready for those failures because they're rolling really well right now.
Yeah, you make without much of an issue, if you've got 2 5s, you make a telekinetic platform below Hektor, and you just raise it up this tunnel, like catching you, and you both just kind of boom like an elevator, raise up to the shed, seeing an unconscious Oak draped over Lucy.
We need to get the fuck out of here.
And this room is, Lucy, you see it too, this room is beginning to fill with smoke, slowly, black smoke.
Well, at least this thing is bound within here until it's burned down.
I don't think Oak ever...
I bound it.
Oh.
I did that.
Oh, cool. Good.
Once we're all out of there, Lucy's. There was a door that we opened, right?
Yeah.
I'm going to shut that.
It is still shut. You guys closed it behind you, I believe.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I just want to remind everyone that there is a game going or practice or something. I don't know. I missed out on high school, so something is happening, and happy Halloween.
Well, this is on fire.
Yep.
And we need to leave.
We're leaving it, so I just want that. Okay.
I don't know what else to do.
We don't have an option.
Is there any option to shut down the fire here?
Can you teleport us? Is that a thing you do?
I can try.
No. That was it. Okay. We're going to go. We got to go. Or we're going to
not tried.
We're going to die in here, and I do not want to die again.
Teleportation.
Okay, you guys exit through the front door.
I don't think we have a choice.
I mean, I did pick up my dice. I could try.
What exactly? Which use magic function would that be?
Maybe more of a big magic, a real fast and loose big magic, which is the best kind of way to use big magic.
Those are my favorites.
Teleported to the hell dimension.
Oh God.
God.
Just,
Just take an Uber.
That's right.
Is that what you guys gonna open the door? Is that your plan?
Can I try to make the back of this building like able for us to like a phase through? Can I try to make it something that we can walk through momentarily? Give us a third option. Something less risky than teleporting out of here.
What's behind door number 3? Can we make door number 3?
I'd like to create door number 3, please.
There's not really a phase through. What you could may be able to do that by yourself once with use magic, but not the whole party. You could try to use magic to just knock down a small portion of the wall and hope no one hears in the back, and then escape through the woods. I mean, even if people hear you, there's a chance you might be able to get out without people seeing you, as opposed to opening the front door.
Right.
God.
I'm a fan of that. I'm a fan of that option.
I'm just gonna, okay.
We have an unconscious body with us.
Wait, we don't have the axe with us, right? Did we lose the axe? Does anybody
Axe
have
is
the
not
axe?
with you. The axe is not
Do
with
not
you.
have the axe. That would
Did
have
we
no
need-
longer embedded in my.
That would
Did
have
we
been-
need that?
Well, I could have just used the axe on the door.
But
I guess.
it like.
Don't you have a glaive?
incorporealized it and. So it could just call it back to itself if it wanted to.
Why are you going to use the axe on the door? Is
Don't you
open.
have-
You can open the door.
No, not the door. The
No,
back of the back of the
back
shed.
to make the third
okay.
door.
I'm gonna
Third
bust
door.
down the door.
That would probably make about as much.
Sorry.
That would make about as much noise as using the glaive or using magic. There's not really a quiet way to do
Just
this if
pick
this
it
is your
up.
plan.
Want to use the glaive? I can try to use magic to keep it quiet.
Oh.
Let's do that. Team up.
Certainly try. Sure.
Do it.
I'm gonna try to make this
Make
ruckus
quiet.
silent.
Roll kick some ass. Lucy.
Oh, jeez. Well, I am very sorry to tell you this, but I sure did just roll snake eyes. So
You go for the shed, but you go
I've
right
got-
through Oak.
I've got
I actually hit Oak instead.
You just stab right through Oak.
Oh,
Ah, dang.
Good.
I got an 8. I got an 8, so maybe it's quiet.
Yes.
The murder
It's
is
a
real
quiet
quiet.
miss as you murder one of your friends.
Cut my own hand off.
You're gonna hit someone with this in some fashion. Who do you want it to be?
I don't want that. Can I hit myself?
Sure.
Nope, I don't want that. That would kill
No,
me.
you don't want
So-
that. You should
You might
hit
want to
me.
use luck. You might want to use luck. This might be a good time to use luck, Lucy.
Oh my god.
How many
Well,
luck?
luck
How
to not
many?
even
How many
fight
lucks
this
has Lucy used? How are you doing? Then use one.
It might be about that time.
Okay, wait. Okay, but I don't fully. Does that mean that it? What does luck do in this moment?
It'll
What does
change
that
it to a
mean?
12. It'll make it so you don't stab one of your friends or yourself in this moment.
Great, let's do that.
Okay. Yeah, you get a full success. And yeah, well, the other option we'll choose is that you suffer less harm. You don't suffer any harm as you. And you got an 8. You got a mixed success. What glitch are you gonna choose, Darlene?
Oh fuck yeah, that's the thing I have to do.
Either weakened of short duration, you take a harm. You don't want immediate unwelcome attention, or it has a problematic side effect.
I think that short duration works, right?
Kinda, yeah. Yeah. Lucy, you managed to carve a small hole in the back of this. Like, the sound kind of dampened. It sounds like someone's holding a bunch of pillows on the other end as you hack your way through this thing and create a small opening. And you hear, like, towards the end of it, you begin to hear loud cracking again as it's of a short duration, but it's not very much. And you hear the music of the marching band outside and the cheers of players and what little parents and friends are in the stands. You'll have a pretty clear path back to the forest.
Seems like there's enough ruckus without us. Maybe we can slip away. Let's
We should go because there is in fact fire here.
yes.
So
Yes.
Yeah. you all just run into the forest. You run into the forest. Is that your plan?
Yep.
Cool. Y'all do.
Great.
Without much of an issue. Around this time, Oak, you begin to stir back to consciousness. You just like see the ground as like Lucy's fireman carrying you into the woods, and you're all now in the woods on the opposite end of the high school.
Yeah. Is it over? Is it dead? Is everyone safe?
Sure is not, but we're alive.
We didn't kill it?
It got real dicey.
Yeah. But we didn't kill it?
Nope.
Nope. I think that it can't drain us anymore. I'm pretty sure I shut that part of it down. Did any of us know ahead of this, like about the runes and everything? Like aside from Hektor,
I don't.
Did
think
Hektor tell any of
Hektor,
us?
did you share that? I don't think you did. Not like explicitly, at least.
I don't know if I did. I meant to, or Hektor meant to.
That sounds like Hektor.
I don't know if that happened.
Certainly meant to, but didn't.
Oh no, I know what it was. I was gonna bring it up, and then I got reprimanded for doing spirit stuff, and then I didn't bring it up.
We had a discussion about like dispelling it and stuff.
That was more of just spirit in general. I don't think it was the specifics of how Hektor doesn't.
Yeah.
Hektor, in fact, does not know the exact specifics of its creation. He just knows it was a combination of like weird science, utilizing some ideas of magic.
Mm-hmm. I would have at least brought up like the concept of the runes to Oak though, because we tried to use them to do the.
Yes, that's true. Oak does know it,
say.
to some extent. I don't think they shared that with the rest of them, but
Yeah.
The runes were brought up one more time. That is good.
Mhm.
That is correct.
So, I think I might have a better insight into what makes this thing tick. I sort of saw it from inside of it while I was trying to shut down its abilities.
Is it rage?
It's runes?
Similar.
Yeah.
Most of you are either bleeding very heavily or you have blisters and burn marks. There is
Right.
a small path of blood leading from this shed into the woods, for sure, from Hektor.
Quick question.
Yeah, probably from you.
Do I bleed?
Do you want
Oh.
If
Actually-
you wanna.
In my head, I never envisioned her having any blood coursing through her veins at all.
Okay.
But I feel like narratively that's not fun. So
something else.
Black smoke.
Yeah.
yeah, I think that it would either be like some kind of smoky something that comes out of me, or like it is like the color, like every Reaper's blood is the color of their aura.
Okay, I like either of those. Which one do you want to go with?
Smoke.
Cool. There is like this black,
Why not
thin
both?
wisps of smoke, like emanating from Lucy's wounds, the two on her collarbone, the ones from the. You don't actually feel the wound that when it grabbed you. It just feels odd and cold inside of your chest.
Like colder than normal?
Yeah.
Oofta.
What do y'all do?
Didn't we take my car here?
Yeah.
Isn't that car on the other side of the...
Yeah.
It sure is. It sure is.
And he used telekinesis to drive the car back. No, I'm just kidding.
To fly the car over.
Flies.
Gonna imagine. Sit in the passenger seat again while driving the car with telekinesis.
Right. If we continue in this direction, is it just woods?
It is just. Yeah, it is just. This is on one of the outskirts of town. There's the woods surrounding town. This would lead out of town.
That's not great.
But you can follow the woods since it's encircling to another point. You could follow it to another point around. If you take the long way, you could actually get to Nana's, but that would take on foot. It would take hours.
No, that. I feel like some of us don't have that much time. Could we get back to my car without in the woods with the woods as cover?
You would be uncovered for a little bit. You can roll act under pressure to see how it goes. One of you can. I'll let one of you do it for the group.
Is that what we want to do?
Did you say it
I
one
don't
more time?
want to roll.
Just going back, skirting the woods to get back to where Hector's car is.
Sure.
Okay, I can roll.
That's fine.
Should probably
Yeah.
do that, seeing as the sheriff is gonna come across your truck.
Yeah.
That's right.
Yeah. Yep. That sure is a 4.
You cannot spend any more luck.
I cannot.
You sure can.
You
It's
sure-
fine.
Sure should not.
Do not do
No,
that.
You're good. Everything's great. You're
Can I help? Is that a thing?
You can't turn a 4 to a 6. It doesn't matter. You do a 7.
Time to do the chain help.
The chain help. One of you
Chain
fails is gonna be
failing.
real bad.
Yeah.
Can't we just help each other out?
Oh.
Can try.
Yeah, you make it to the car, as far as you know, just fine.
Oak is
Can I help with
God.
magic?
God.
Oak can't do anything right now. He's just
He
literally
sure left a whole ass trail.
Oak bleeds menacingly.
yeah.
Yeah, you make it to the car, as far as you know, just fine.
I don't like the way you said that.
I
I don't like the
don't
tone
know.
of your voice, sir.
I don't either. Sir.
Actual trail of blood and smoke.
Actual sustainable trail. All right. Well, maybe.
I'm just picturing this huge blood spatter that they're gonna follow through the woods. Because every time Oak jingles, there's this splat, these
Oh,
little.
and I'm just like, oh.
Yep. Just profusely bleeding over the forest.
It's fine. It's
Wonderful.
Can I at least, knowing about blood and knowing about cops, can I at least try to confuse the blood trail from between the forest and the car?
I'd say you can, you can roll use
Use some
magic.
telekinesis
Yeah,
to kind of move
you
some
won't be
blood
able to
around.
fully. Yeah, you won't be able to get it all out, especially with the way you guys are doing this. But you can try to.
I just want to make it hard to follow.
Sure. Yeah, you can roll it.
Here comes the mist.
I want to make it difficult for people to figure out what the where people went and how many people were bleeding.
This bad problem is about to become worse.
Already pretty bad, but keep going. Great.
You shush. I did okay.
We want great successes.
It's a 10
right now.
even, so
good.
calm
Okay,
your
all right.
horses.
It's
All right.
it's obscured a little bit.
Okay, all right.
Scared a little bit.
Thanks.
A little bit.
I have a feeling that 10 didn't really do anything.
No, it did something.
I mean,
It did something.
my
But the
shit
scales
roll
are
into
not in
a
favor of this currently.
Yeah,
But that's fine.
it went from the scales went from this to this.
Correct.
Hey, I'm helping at
Yeah, it
least.
did help.
Yep,
It certainly did something.
Yep.
Oh my god.
And you guys are now in the El Camino, large scratch mark on the left side.
We look so
You
bad.
look jacked
This
up. What do
is
you do?
Great. This is great. I start to drive us away.
Yeah. You see a couple of people walking around the streets. It's now, it's maybe probably for half an hour to 45 minutes, maybe an hour after you arrived in this place. People are still walking the streets. It's around midday, 1 o'clock. What do you do?
Gods.
It's the worst time of day that this could be.
You guys did this in the morning.
We sure did, didn't we?
Yeah.
Doesn't sound like us. We're not morning
No.
people.
This time you decided to.
Okay.
We made some choices.
We sure did.
Hector, did you know or intend for this thing to be able to drain a life force?
No. That's new. Whoa. No.
Keeper, how well do I remember the runes that I saw?
I think you saw them all, but I think as you were sifting through them in your mind, I think 2 stood out in particular.
Okay. I'm just gonna sort of like, in the many open wounds that we sort of all collectively have, just dip my finger in one of them, like on my shoulder or something, and sort of draw on my arm. I'm just gonna say, Oak, do you recognize any of this?
I glance over. I'm like laying in the back.
Like
sprawled out.
One eye open.
Yeah.
It is one of the runes that Hector told you to draw during your attempted protection spell that did not pan out in your favor.
Yeah, it's a rune connected to the construction of a monster. I tried to use it in a protection spell.
Yeah. So you would know offhand as well, it is dangerous.
It's like really, really dark magic.
Who
Volatile.
collaborated? Do I remember who collaborated with me on making this creature? Because I don't foresee that I. Okay.
Fractured memory.
Dr. Mengele. That nice German fellow I met after the war.
Oh no! Dr. Malicious.
God.
Because this is for sure something that, unless he read it in a book somewhere, he wouldn't have intentionally added it.
You could certainly roll fractured memory. You are driving the car, I believe.
I am driving the car.
Don't!
I'll wait.
Just
I'll use
fly
my-
off the road.
That's how the story ends.
I tried to remember and drove us in the ditch. Nah, I'll wait.
Unexpected.
Darlene, the only one, just barely dragging herself away from the wreckage.
Oh my God.
Fucking
You
hell.
are driving.
Probably not the best time to go into your memories.
I'll wait to to consult my notes when I get home.
Fuck. I'm just picturing, like, the car going off.
Like Hector's eyes just drift up. His careen.
Straight into a semi.
Remember it like yesterday.
Oh god.
Spent in a fight that we still barely got out of alive without killing our adversary, and
It's fine. That's not gonna have
Just
any
to die in
future
a car
repercussions.
crash.
It's fine.
No.
Fine.
Is there any other? What else? What do you guys like to do?
Oak is laying there barely. No, you know what? I don't think Oak has, like, any magic left in him right now. So he's just literally sitting there. I think he's
Blank.
literally tapped out.
Yeah. Okay.
And I think what happens is Oak, like, goes to heal himself, his stomach wound, and there's just this kind of, like, gust, like this, like, tiny little fart from his fingers. It's like, I just lay my head back.
The magic air fart.
Yeah.
You drive for a little bit, and you are heading towards Nana's. Is that correct? Hector?
Yes.
Driving?
Yes. Yeah.
As you pull up to the single dirt road leading to Nana's fat slabs, you see an unusual sight. There are 4 police cruisers parked sideways, blocking the way to the building. You see at least 5 officers, including Sheriff Ernest Honeycutt.
I'm sorry, we see what?
I stopped the car.
4 police cruisers blocking the way. Like they're closer to the building. You are entering the single dirt road that leads to Nana's. Close to the building, there are 4 police cruisers parked sideways. You also see 5 officers, and Sheriff Honeycutt would make 6 that you can currently see visibly.
Well, fuck. Are we far enough that they haven't seen us yet?
Yeah, you could. You don't know. You're pretty far away. They probably saw a car coming. You could try to back up and bail. That is certainly an option.
Are there any stores nearby, or is it just a road?
It is a single road. No, Manus is on the outskirts of town.
Is there any driveways nearby, or is it literally this is it?
It's this.
This
Yeah,
is
you'd have to
this.
drive a little bit back to the main street. You could throw in reverse and get there.
I'm gonna
Not much
quickly
of an issue,
wipe
but-
off the runes that I drew on my arm. Just
I'm gonna
wipe
just
those the fuck
put
up.
my hands over my smoking holes.
And
I in no way can block this giant axe
Gaping
wound in the
chest
middle of my chest.
Then I'm gonna. Okay, so I'll say to the group. Darlene says, "Okay, we have, I think, two distinct options right now. We bail, we leave everything here behind us, and we run, or we walk in there and we just." Hope, bless you. We just hope that
It's that magic fart that Oak.
yes, that was Oak trying to heal himself. we walk in and we just tell them what the fuck is going on and we see how they react.
I'm sorry, you want me to explain to them that I'm dead?
Not necessarily that part, just
Smoke escapes through her fingers.
Well, how would you? I'm not sure. I've never had to explain this to anyone other than another dead person.
they have to know that there's some they either have to know there's weird shit that goes on in this place or they are in for a rude awakening one way or the other. Whether it's from us or that thing.
If the police could be trusted to deal with monsters, hunters wouldn't exist.
I'm not saying they can be trusted. I'm just saying we have to do something.
We avoid them. They're either complicit or they won't believe us and they'll blame us for everyone's problems.
Well, if we want to be fair, this was kind of my problem.
Just take.
I could go talk to them.
Before you do, can you please drop me off at a hospital before I die?
Well, Darlene, do you know how to drive?
Yes. Drive isn't a skill in this game, so yes.
You don't have to roll. For
Only
that
when you
one.
guys start drinking or doing fractured memory while driving does it become a skill you have to roll for.
Not a thing I'm doing. Also, I'm
Good.
the most stable of us,
Yeah,
so
you're fine. You don't
Correct.
have to roll for it. No.
Correct. I can try to go talk to them. And well, you can make sure that Oak doesn't die.
And what are you going to tell them? That you made a monster years ago that you don't remember making? You're not sure how it works. It did almost just kill all of us, and now there's a smoking tunnel of fire along with a lumberjack spirit down below beneath the school? Is that the story that you're gonna tell?
More or less. Maybe if it comes to it. I mean,
do we have better options right now?
Well, I have a trunk full of IDs, so yes, but not for you all, just for me.
look, Oak made a good point. This is my problem, and I do need to take some responsibility for it. So I can at least try. That doesn't mean any of you have to be a part of it. And if it goes sideways, there is some money in Nana's bedroom that you could bail me out if you need to.
If we can get access to that place again.
Points at Lucy. She can be invisible sometimes.
Also, the cops can't enter the place. I barred it from police.
The basement,
that's good.
specifically. The basement specifically.
Well,
That's good. That's where all the important
Exactly.
pieces are.
Yes, correct.
Everything else is inconsequential.
Quick side question. How long am I able, when I go incorporeal, is there still a shimmer? Oh, you son of a bitch. Sorry. Oh, that hurt. When I go incorporeal, is there like a shimmer around me, or am I straight up invisible?
You are not invisible. You look like a translucent version of yourself. Invisible is another move.
Okay. Thank you. No.
Unless anyone objects, Hector is going to put the car in park. Is going to look to Darlene and say, if it's not imposing, I wouldn't mind a new scar if that meant that this stopped bleeding.
All right, let's give it a go.
Alexis, I don't like that.
No,
face you
it's
made
fine.
towards the
It's
camera.
fine. I was about to say something and then I forgot to say it and then I rolled and it didn't matter. So, it's the last thing I did was magic. Yep. Okay, it's a 10. No scar.
Hey.
Yeah, you go through.
Cool.
No more eyes for Hector this time.
No additional eyes.
Hey.
Just
No
the many,
additional
many
eyes.
eyes you already have.
Just so many things.
Car and Park, you heal up. Do you switch positions?
Yeah, I will get out of the driver's seat. I will get out of the car.
Do we have better options? I mean, I am a better talker, I think, than you, Hector, but I don't know what to say to these people.
Well, it's not a terrible option.
You've never dealt with the cops very much, have you?
I don't remember if I have or not, but
So for all you know, they could have, warrants out for your arrest.
it's possible.
This is getting better and better.
But by that train of logic, if I'm by myself and you all are not complicit, you can do more good than I can right now.
You hear the beep of a police siren as it just doesn't go on continuously, but someone beeps at once. You see the lights flash.
From where?
Please go.
From where? From
The cops.
them.
From
Yeah.
up where they
Okay.
were.
yeah, not behind you or anything.
Hector's gonna close the door and start walking.
Okay.
Walk down the single dirt road leading to Nana's, and the rest of you drive off to the hospital. Is that your plan?
Is that
other
what
team?
we're doing? I'll do it. Is that what we're doing?
I don't know that we have a choice right now. If I were not smoking out of my chest, I would be happy to go talk to them. But instead, I'm smoking out of my chest. And that would be a very difficult thing to explain.
You want me to try to do something about that?
No?
Okay. Well, let's go get Oak to a hospital then, I suppose.
I don't feel right about this. Okay.
I don't know what else to do.
I mean,
Okay.
Oak will say, if I'm there while we confront the police and I get put in prison and not given medical care, I am going to die. Excuse me, in jail. Which, by the way, happens all the time in this godforsaken country. Please don't kill me, just so we can go parlay with an unreasonable institution built around violence and oppression.
I don't.
Only thing police understand is force. Please take me to a hospital.
Darlene puts the car in gear and puts it in the direction of a hospital.
Begin to drive off.
Oh, fuck.
Drive off back, like just throw it in reverse real quick, turn around back to Main Street, and begin to make your way to Silent Heart Hospital. Local.
Fucking hell.
Oh
I
god.
don't like it. I don't like it.
That's a
Hector,
choice.
The what hospital?
Silent Heart Hospital.
Okay.
Names.
Hector, you walk alone down the dirt road, and the large form of Sheriff Ernest Honeycutt walks a couple steps to meet you. Howdy.
Good evening.
Howdy, you are Hector Bartholomew, that is correct?
Yep.
Mr. Bartholomew, I was not sure you were aware, but there are several warrants out for your arrest. There are 3 charges of second-degree arson, class 4 felony, 2 counts of reckless endangerment, and that's what we're working with right now. I'm making sure no other counties in the area have anything either, but that's just from our city. And he pulls out a small poster of a picture, like a drawn picture of you that looks like you from 30 years ago. And he says, and if you want to cooperate, you can just get in the back of the car while we take you down to the station to process. Otherwise, we can cuff you.
I've had a long day. I don't think I need any other persuasive means to have a seat.
Yeah, I think he focused originally on just you and this moment. He now takes a beat and looks at your form, healed up a little bit more than before, but you're still covered in blood on your outfit and burn marks. He says, well, if you're needing some sort of medical aid, are you all right? And then then his eyes grow wide. Was there another sort of incident like before?
Yes.
He grabs his walkie. Where is this? Where have you?
It's supposedly contained at the school?
And he turns around, starts, he calls in the fire department to go to the school. Yeah, if you don't mind, please come with me.
He will slowly begin to shuffle to a car.
Ernest opens the back door of his cruiser, and you get in. He doesn't cuff you. And he leads the way as the 4 police cars begin to drive into Hallows proper. And we fade away to the entrance of the Silent Hearts Hospital. There, the symbol is a heart with a hand grasping it with just the middle finger extended over it.
The fuck?
No, man, middle finger. Sorry, the point finger. Fuck off! Fuck off, death!
Oh, well, I didn't catch the middle finger. I just thought it was like,
It is. That's what it is.
that's worse.
Wait, what's the name of the church?
They Fellowship of the Hushed Hands.
Yep, hushed hands, and now we have
Silent
silent hearts. I'm sure nothing's connected.
I'm getting a really strong feeling that a cult founded this town. Really,
Oh,
really
you think? I'm wondering if it's just one at this point.
Right. 3 cults. 4 cults.
Mm.
Fuck me. Yes, hello.
Just Cult City.
I would like
cults.
one ER, please.
Yeah.
Entire ER just put me
Just
in it.
for Oak. Yeah, you all arrive, and someone working the ER, a nurse, Scrubs, arrives. Oh God, what? You guys need? Oh shit. Are you guys okay? She like grabs gurney. She calls people over. There are gurneys. You guys are. What? And they assault you with questions of, are you guys okay? What happened? Where does it hurt?
Something hurt me. It hurts right here. I like point to my gaping wound.
Yeah. What do you say, Lucy?
I was just gonna say I'd stay in the car. I sure as
Oh.
fuck am not going into that hospital.
Sure.
You need to stabilize somehow. I'm just gonna say that.
But I'm dead. I'm assuming I just have to. What are they gonna do to a dead body? I really cannot go into a hospital. They're
No.
gonna be like, sorry, ma'am, where's your heartbeat?
No, yeah,
Man, you are dead.
Not the hospital, not the hospital, but something.
Something. So Oak gets out first and is taken care of, I guess, if he's going out. Darlene, what are you doing?
I guess
Are
I'm
you going with Oak's
helping.
thing?
Am I helping Oak into the hospital, or is he going in by himself?
Yeah.
I guess
They-
I'm helping Oak into the hospital.
Yeah. They look at you too, because you do have some wounds. They, if you need help, are you okay? Do you need?
I'll live. It's him I'm worried about.
Okay. Yeah. Come with us, and they rush you off to a room, where Oak is being taken care of. Instantly put into an IV with some morphine. They begin putting you under to start stitching you up, numbing up the wound. And you just stay with him? Is that your plan?
Yep.
Yeah. Super duper. Lucy, you're staying, just kind of laying in the back of this El Camino, and you feel the smoke beginning to just evaporate up from your wounds, and you feel hurt. You feel empty. And you need to roll to resist your temptation.
Uh-oh. How does this work again? What am I rolling?
I put back under pressure.
Okay.
Yeah, don't worry. Just keep it cool.
That's not a bad stat of mine, so.
Thank God.
Pretty cool.
At least one.
10.
Nice. Yeah, on a 10 plus, you can do what you want. You want to resist it?
What do I see around me?
You see there is a family reunited as a grandma is wheeled out.
Next.
You can you can see into the ER a little bit. There's a couple people on beds. There's looks like a man in his 30s with a caster on the leg. You see a woman about in her mid 50s hooked up to an IV with kind of pallid skin and deep set wrinkles. You see a 12-year-old with no hair, bald, sitting in a wheelchair. That's about who you see.
Man, this would certainly be the best opportunity for me to do something. Since they're in a hospital.
Got a job to do.
Does it look super busy or no?
I think there's enough, especially with the arrival of Oak, someone so messed up, and even Darlene, who's messed up as well. I think it is a little chaotic for sure.
I will. I will Do I get the sense that if I do this, I will feel better?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. You will feel better.
Okay, great. I will go. If there's a way for me to get to that elderly woman with the pallid skin and the deep set wrinkles with the IV, is there an easy way for me to get to her from outside? Like, can I walk through a wall?
You'll have to roll. It won't be too hard. It won't be too much of a negative, but you can roll act under pressure to do so.
Then I will do that.
Don't fuck me now.
11.
Yeah, I think with you are still smoking from the chest, but I think like with enough cover and trying to keep it under your clothes, you can try to make it there pretty quickly to escort her to the other side.
I will do that. And I'm not going to do it as horrifically as I did last time, since this is calculated.
Yeah.
It will be. We'll have a
Jen,
chat.
you kind of, you walk in, people don't really, you were just in the same car as the people who just rushed in. You walk over to this woman and she closes her eyes gently as you do so, and you feel the wounds on your chest begin to heal up. You heal 1 and you are stabilized.
An entire human life is 1 health.
Yep. Technically it doesn't do anything. I gave her 1.
Goddamn.
He is a generous god.
You could use Drain Life ability. It would have felt different, but you could use Drain Life on her.
I assumed that is what I was doing.
No, that's just your special. That Drain Life is much more aggressive, like ripping. That's more of what you did to the lady in the thing. This is you gently guiding someone over. Taking a little bit for yourself, but...
Okay.
You want it to be more peaceful, is that correct? Or do you want it to be aggressive?
Stealing from the cash register.
No. I don't...
Skim it a couple singles off the top.
I don't know that I want to... No, I don't think she has it in her right now, actually, to be honest.
Yeah. You heal the 1, you are stabilized, and you make your way to Oak and Darlene, or do you make your way back to the car?
No, I'd probably go in to check on them and just survey the scene as well, see if there's any other viable bodies here.
Oh, sure. Yeah, roll again. It's a veritable buffet in this place.
I mean, it is. This is the safest place for her to do this.
She's just like going through gliding. One guy just has a slight cough.
Him. I'm sorry. Wait, what am I rolling?
I guess investigate. Roll plus sharp.
Oh.
Yikes.
The additional
6.
people. You see the people you saw additionally, like, you're kind of sniffing around. You see Oak for a second, who is giving off some heavy waves of dying. Your nose perks up around him. And the additional one, you see there's a nurse who looks like she's in her 80s, probably around retirement.
Dark.
Very dark.
Hello. No, I'll just go to Oak. I'll sigh.
Darlene will shoot a look at you.
You don't know what I'm doing.
Lucy licks her
You're
lips.
not doing what... He's not ready yet.
Oh, I know.
Just give her a little wink. as Darlene is playing around.
How are you feeling, Darlene? You ready?
Oh, honey, I ain't going without a fight.
I know.
The nurse walks back in. Do you have his information or insurance or...
I feel like this is not the first time we've been in this situation, so I feel like Darlene probably has some information. What do you think, Oak?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, Darlene will just take care of the paperwork.
Okay. Yeah, that's fine. Is it your actual paperwork or is it you faking it?
Okay, well, it's fake. It's a fake ID, fake insurance. Where am I getting insurance? The Monster Hunter Platinum Plus plan?
I don't know. Darlene probably has like a Blue Cross. Darlene's loaded.
Yeah, Darlene is. I didn't write that. I mean, Oak comes from money, but he doesn't use it.
Yeah. Darlene just foots your entire bill. Roll. Yeah, for that roll. Roll plus charm, Darlene.
Okay.
I'm assuming.
sure that-
I'm assuming we all have some kind of level of fake IDs.
Yeah. Fake ID. I think fake ID you have, especially being with Lucy for many years, you all have some level. The amount of it's different to fool a bouncer at a bar than it is to fool an insurance
Yeah.
claim at the hospital.
Medical finding.
Yeah.
What was the last thing that I did? Was it magic?
It was magic.
It's always useful.
10!
Nice. Afterward, I won't be using it. Now you don't get the
Correct,
the next
correct.
thing.
Now
But,
I don't have my +1.
So good.
Yeah, with confidence, it looks good enough. You know he'll at least get healed. You don't know if you can go back with the same insurance to get the same deal again, but for now, yes, you get third just fine. And their oak is chock full of morphine and being stitched up.
All right, I'll mark this one off the list, and we put this in the back of the rotation.
And the scene, you are not going to eat anyone else, Lucy? Is that correct?
I didn't see anyone
Okay.
that suited my palate currently.
As you guys see Oak being stitched up and healed from the surgery, the camera pans up, and we are in the sky of Hush Hallows. We fall back down to the Hush Hallows Police Department.
Yeah. Just not at this moment, but there is something I want to do when I have a private minute to myself. When Oak has a private minute.
Sure. You are sitting across the table from Sheriff Ernest Honeycutt. As you well know, you got these several warrants out. You want to tell me your side of the story. He's got like a notepad. Tell me your side of the story of what happened.
Well, are there any specific details in these warrants as far as any specifics?
Yes, there was you. He looks confused. Roll plus charm.
Okay.
7.
7, not a failure. You, he looks, his brow furrows as you say this, as you're asking questions about the crimes you committed. Now they're back in, as you should well know, back in 1987, you were responsible, allegedly, for the complete incineration of the vast VHS vault, the singular video rental service in town. There were people inside, apparently. They didn't make it out with their lives, but you were seen at the scene with some strange equipment, running boned and singed like you are now. Ergo, gestures to the warrants.
That was a while ago. And unfortunately, my memory is not as good as it used to be. I feel like it wasn't malicious, though.
Well, now this is second degree arson, not first. So the assumption was not malicious. It was if you starting a fire, either to destroy. Well, we weren't sure if you were to destroy it or damage the property. We weren't sure if it was completely accidental, or maybe you had just wanted to hide your trail for not returning the Goonies or something.
No, I know myself enough to know that I'm not that petty. Sheriff, how long have you been in this town for?
I grew up here. I've been here my entire life.
How old does he look?
He looks like he's in his 50s. Maybe late 50s, early 60s.
Okay. In your time here, besides the usual illicit criminal activity, Have you ever noticed anything odd?
Yeah, roll a convince.
That's a 10.
Good. He exhales, still concerned about you, but well, now I mean there have been odd occurrences throughout my time here. I mean, in particular, as of late, we are investigating 4 missing hunters, as well as perhaps the disappearance of one Nana that your compatriots have assured me is no problem. And he gets a little closer. And is that true, Hector? We have not seen nor hide or hair of Nana in several days. She's not the kind of up and go missing and leave her business to strangers.
I don't know if it'll comfort you or not, but I'm not exactly a stranger to her. Well, I've been gone a while, but she did leave it to me to take care of. And I was very close to her at one point.
What, I mean, you say she left. What do you mean?
She had to, not by her own wishes, leave unexpectedly. And I guess she had a feeling I'd be back sooner rather than later, and asked me to take care of it for her.
I mean, that's well and good, but I'm sure you can appreciate how it looks. There is a giant hole in the front of this building.
We're looking at fixing that.
Well, I mean, you can gussy it up all you want, but the point remains that there is damage to the building. The owner has not been seen in several days, and we are taking it on the word of near strangers that she just up and left. You say she left not of her own accord. What do you mean by that, Mr. Bartholomew?
How open are you to the idea that things aren't exactly normal?
I consider myself a fairly understanding individual.
Okay. Do you believe in ghosts?
Roll a convince.
Is not good. 8.
A mixed success. They'll do it, but only if you show them right then something to show that you mean it. He raises an eyebrow and looks up from his pad of paper. Now that is a interesting claim you make.
Trying to think of a way to convince him that ghosts are a thing. Well, oh. Did everyone tell Hector where they found that flesh tree? Or just that they found a flesh tree?
They found a flesh tree. It's in the woods ambiguously. I think you have an idea probably.
Okay. Okay. Second question. Did we burnt the zombie bodies, right?
There's a mass grave in your backyard full of the ashes of the zombies, yes.
Okay, that's what I thought.
Except for the head you have in your basement.
They can't get down there, though, so
No, they
that's
can't get down there.
Okay. I need to find a book. He would look at the sheriff and sigh and say, there was an incident many years ago that you may have heard of. It's not too terribly far away, over at Black Hill State University. It was shortly before I came here, and you may have read accounts of what might have happened there. There was a terrible accident, resulted in the death of a student, resulted in the letting go of one or others.
Roll 2d6.
Total of 7.
Total of 7. Yeah, that's on the higher side. Out of this look roll, yeah, there were some articles describing what, like, more tabloidy, but of what, or student accounts of maybe what happened, as opposed to everything entirely being covered up about that event.
Cool.
Kind of raising. I mean, I heard about some of the unfortunateness about a student passing away unexpectedly. I occasionally browse the interwebs.
It was a more supernatural event than just a student dying. Something that I came here, gesturing to generally here, to try to figure out more about. There are things that exist that are strange and unnatural to some. Some of which are very helpful and very good. Some of which are very harmful and very dangerous. I had tried to make sure that those that were dangerous did not continue to be so.
As I'm sure you can understand, this sounds like a tale very far-fetched.
You said you have browsed the interwebs, though.
I have, and I've heard many a tale here and there. It's awful convenient when you're being interviewed for several warrants. How about this? I'm open to your side of the story, your interpretation, but I would like to see some proof of this weirdness you are ascribing these incidents to. Now you can either tell me, and then I'll send some officers out, or you and I can go together.
Well, supposedly there's a very bad tree in the forest.
He stands up, and you're not cuffed to the table. Says, "All right, hop in my cruiser, you and I. You're gonna show me this bad tree."
Okay.
All right, you head into Sheriff Ernest Honeycuff's police cruiser and begin to drive as the sun begins to set on Hush Hollows. Oak, what would you like to do?
I would ask if Darlene and Lucy are still there. I will just look at them and be like, this is going to be a minute. Y'all don't have to stay here and watch me. I'm just going to get some rest.
Okay. You sure?
Yeah.
All right, well, what if I stay in the waiting room?
Whatever you want to do.
Okay. I know phone service is real shoddy out here, so if we do end up having to get separated or anything, then maybe we reconvene it where?
I'm going to be out of commission for a few days.
Right.
I've never been this tired. I'll just see you. I'll see you there in like 4 or 5 days. I'll be at Nana's Fat Slabs. I'll be able to find
Well, don't know if Nana's is the best place to reconvene. Maybe Brogy's.
I'll find you one way or the other.
Okay. Well, I'll be here as much as I'm able. You get some rest.
You too.
Darlene looks to Lucy. Well, shall we?
Lucy will nod and look over to Oak. I hope you feel better soon. We'll see you in a few days. And she'll leave.
And you are alone in the room.
I'm going to pull out my cell phone.
Okay.
Scroll down to that name again. I'm going to click call. Hoping I get a voicemail. Because I don't want to talk to them.
It sounds very staticky, but you do.
I say, Hush Hallows, South Dakota. There's a bed and breakfast there. They need your help. It's the least you could do. And I hang up.
And that's where we'll end this evening.
Excuse me, ma'am. What?
This is episode 17 of Hush Hallows. Everyone gonna say your name, where we can find you in your favorite moment. Let's start with Darlene.
Hello, hi. I play Darlene. My name is Alexis. You can find me at Fox Fanato on the interwebs and such. I think, let's see. Oh, real quick, did we want to end of session?
Oh, yeah, sure.
Let's do that.
No, maybe. Did we learn something new or important about one of the hunters?
I had warrants out for my arrest.
Yeah, sure was.
That is new.
Which I, as a player, did know about. It was a repercussion of things.
Yeah, correct. Then you guys get one. You guys get one each.
Guess what?
There we go.
I advance.
I'm so close to doing the same.
Oh, I'm at a place. I'm gonna have to deal with that later. Whew.
Darlene, you first.
Yes. So, there was a lot to not like about this session, but what I did like, oh boy, I think I really loved I really loved Darlene saying, "What if you have their warrants out for your arrest that you don't know about?" And then it's exactly what happened.
The moment you said that, I was like,
Yep. Yep. Correct. Correct. That was good.
Just the gut drop when we saw the cops, and then Hektor was gonna go in by himself, and Darlene's like, "But what if you have warrants out for your arrest?"
He does have several
warrants. Speaking of which, Hektor, Maria.
hello, I am both of those. But as Maria, you can find me at Happy Capster on Twitter, on Twitch, on all the places. I stream on my own channel here on Tuesday to Thursday afternoons. And I can also be found on Mythos Mystery Society. This weekend, I think we are finishing up Call of Cthulhu campaign, which is also not great. I'm turning into a platypus, which is fine. You can also find me at Society Goblins on Twitter, where we are posting a bunch of D&D and other TTRPG related things. My favorite moment. Selfishly, is going to be the moment where Hektor had a terrible flashback to a time before times, seeing the same actions replayed again and not wanting that to ever happen ever again. That was I did not expect that. Yep. That's me. Emma.
Hello, I'm Emma. You can find me at MK Hansen on Twitter, and you can find me here and also over at Mythos Mystery Society. My favorite moment this evening actually was that same moment, Maria, but from the other perspective, where it was just this incredibly tangible silent pause when you were weighing what direction you were going to go in. And it was like, between that and the music and what was happening, it was like such an intense, it was the most intense wait. It was very good. That was my favorite moment.
Matthew.
Okay. Hi, folks. I'm Matthew Foreman. You can find me at Matthew W. Foreman on Twitter. My favorite moment. I liked Alexis's description of Darlene doing the break enchantment. That was boss as hell, and it was just so epic. Darlene was absolutely on fire. Love that shit. So good stuff.
Literally and figuratively.
Like I say, you were actually the least on fire
Yeah.
out of all of us.
And yet. I think it's now time. Yeah.
I'm Ty. You can find me here. You can find me at Baller and Brawler on Twitter, and you can find me over at Mythos Mystery Society, where this weekend, as they've said, we are finishing up our Call of Cthulhu mini campaign at now 4 episodes. And in 2 weeks, we are doing a little convention where we're going to be running games all weekend, Friday through Sunday, and there are still some open slots available for some games in there, if anyone's interested. My favorite moment from tonight. There were a couple. Using magic to get out of the shed was pretty fucking great. And then rolling a miss, like, okay, out of things to use luck on, not stabbing your friends in this moment, A+. That and like, oh, you can roll fractured memory, but you're driving. That was also a solid one.
Fuck.
Those two moments were great.
Awesome.
So please join us next week.
Okay, folks. Not a lot of people on tonight. You know what? We're just gonna go ahead and raid Jess Pack. She's streaming Animal Crossing. It just got an update. So we're just gonna. She is a editor, proofreader, freelance writer for tabletop gaming and D&D. So check her out. She's streaming Animal Crossing. Make sure to follow Dice Priori. Subscribe if you can. Please, support us in these times. We know times are tough. Thank you so much for everyone who showed up tonight. It's awesome to see people show up. It's great when y'all say hello, and we just really like having y'all here. So have a good night, and we'll see you next week for Hallows. Bye.